A sign of a strong mind, not a problem. Have you ever been alone and caught yourself talking to yourself? Like you're washing dishes and you mutter, "Okay, finish this." Like you're looking for something and you whisper, keys, where are you?" Like you're stressed and you tell yourself, "Calm down, don't react." And sometimes you go further, you perform a whole debate out loud. "No, that's not what I meant. Wait, let me think again. Hold on, the point is." And 3 seconds later, the same fear pops up in your head. Is something wrong with me? If someone sees this, they'll think I'm unstable. What if I'm losing control? Let me say it bluntly, the habit of condemning yourself just because you're different from the crowd is weak-minded behavior. You don't even understand what's happening, yet you rush to label yourself weird. You haven't read one serious line of psychology, yet you trap yourself in the box called something's wrong. Here's the reality: in most cases, talking to yourself is not a sign of disorder. In many cases, it's the opposite, a sign of a brain that operates fast, deep, and complex, and needs a way to organize information. Your mind moves quickly. Thoughts come in waves. One idea overlaps another. Plans collide with emotions. Emotions collide with memories. Silence sometimes can't hold all that traffic. So you use your voice to frame your thoughts, to turn vague mental fog into something structured and manageable. In simple terms, you're not losing control. You're creating order. And if someone sees you and immediately says, "Are you okay?" ignore them. People who judge quickly usually think slowly. They don't understand, so they fear. They fear, so they mock. That's all. If you've ever talked to yourself, comment yes so I know you're not alone. And hit like right now, because in this video I'm breaking down 4 reasons why self-talk can be a sign of a powerful brain, not a problem. Now listen carefully. Don't half listen and then run back into your old habit of scaring yourself. Life is already heavy, don't destroy yourself with stupid assumptions. Here are the 4 reasons. Cognitive clarity: your brain uses sound to clean up thoughts. Why does speaking out loud make you feel clearer? Because inside your head, thoughts rarely appear as complete sentences. They show up as fragments. An image. A feeling. A half-finished phrase. A vague fear. An unfinished plan. No structure means mental fatigue. People say, "I overthink." No, often it's not too much thinking, it's messy thinking. And messy thinking creates stress, confusion, and anxiety. When you speak, you're doing what strong thinkers do: you turn abstract thoughts into concrete information. Suddenly your brain gets structure: subject, verb, sequence, logic, beginning, end. And once a thought becomes a sentence, your brain can evaluate it instantly. You hear yourself and you immediately notice. That doesn't even make sense. I'm missing key information. I'm drifting. Wait, what's the main point? That's the key. You're not inventing imaginary conversations. You're running a mental quality check. Like a programmer debugging code, you're debugging your thinking. Most people keep everything floating in their head like fog and hope it magically settles. It doesn't. It just becomes heavier, darker, and more exhausting. But you don't tolerate that fog. You pull your thoughts into the open and place them on the table. You want them clear. That's mental discipline, not mental illness. So don't feel ashamed. Self-talk can simply mean you refuse to live inside mental chaos like everyone else. You want clarity, so you speak. Focus boost: self-talk is a remote control for attention. Here's something extremely normal. You lose your phone and you start saying, phone. You're working and you tell yourself, step 1 done. Now step 2. You're studying and you say, focus. Finish this paragraph first. People watching might think you're just mumbling. But in reality, you're controlling attention with language. Your voice sends a clear signal to your brain: this matters. Prioritize this. When you say keys, your brain switches into keys mode. It filters noise. It reduces wandering. It speeds up targeted searching. When you say step 2, your brain understands, don't jump to other tasks. When you say focus, your brain redirects away from distractions, notifications, social media, random thoughts. Self-talk is like using Google Maps in a city you don't know. Not because you're weak, but because you want to move faster and stop wasting time. Most people work like this. Open 10 tabs, switch tasks every minute, scroll social media in the middle, then complain, I can't focus. They have no navigation system. You do. You create one with your voice. It seems small, but it saves you from the trap of scattered attention. And here's what most people don't get: speaking isn't adding distraction, speaking is locking your target. How much of this sounds like you? Comment 1 to 100. If you want me to make a follow-up video on how to use self-talk to double your focus while studying or working, comment focus. And share this video with that person who always says, talking to yourself is crazy, so they stop talking nonsense. Emotional self-regulation, you're stabilizing your emotions, not spiraling. There's another powerful type of self-talk most people misunderstand: talking to yourself under stress. You've probably done it. Calm down. It's okay, one step at a time. Don't react. You've got this. Focus. It sounds simple. But that simple habit is what separates mature people from childish people. A childish mind feels emotion and instantly explodes. A mature mind creates space between emotion and action. That's what you're doing. In psychology, there's a technique often called distance self-talk, speaking to yourself like you're speaking to someone else. Instead of saying, I'm terrified, you say, hey, you're scared, but you can handle this. That shift changes everything. Your brain moves from being trapped inside emotion to observing emotion. And when you can observe it, you can control it. Control prevents stupid reactions. Stupid reactions destroy lives. Simple. The funniest part? The people who mock self-talk are often the ones who can't regulate themselves at all. Anger rises and they curse. Pressure hits and they break things. Jealousy burns and they attack. Sadness arrives and they collapse. They can't stabilize themselves internally, so they depend on other people to save them. You save yourself with language. Talking yourself through stress is not weakness. It's proof you have internal brakes. And a person with internal brakes is dangerous in the best way, because they don't get controlled by emotion. Memory encoding, your voice helps your brain save information. Have you ever done this? Remember, call at 3 p.m. Tomorrow, bring the documents. Put it in the second drawer. This part is important. You speak it out loud, and it sticks better. That's because speaking engages multiple systems at once. You see, if you're reading, you hear your voice. Your mouth moves. Your brain processes rhythm and sound. More channels equals a stronger memory trace. In short, your voice stamps information as important. Strong learners often read out loud, teach the concept back to themselves, summarize in their own words. Not because they're dramatic, because they understand how memory works. Lazy learners skim, forget, and then call themselves bad. They're not bad, they're using a weak method. Self-talk can be your internal reminder system. It helps you learn, plan, and remember better. Now yes, if someone's self-talk comes with severe insomnia, panic, hallucinations, or loss of function, that's a different conversation and professional help matters. But in most everyday cases, self-talk for clarity, focus, calming down, and remembering is a tool. Not a symptom. Talking to yourself isn't crazy. It's thinking you can hear. Now you understand. Talking to yourself often reflects 4 strengths. 1. Cognitive clarity, you turn foggy thoughts into clear sentences. 2. Focus boost, you use your voice to direct attention and lock your target. 3. Emotional regulation, you calm yourself and stop emotion from driving you. For memory encoding, you speak to store information deeper and longer. You're not losing touch with reality. You're pulling reality into structure so you can handle it. Most people live with a mind like a pot of soup, messy, unclear, reactive. They don't even know what they think, what they want, or what they fear. They live by impulse. They wake up and let life drag them around. You don't. You use language to steer yourself. That's awareness. If you want more practical psychology and brain performance videos like this, hit subscribe and turn on the bell. Next video is overthinking intelligence or self-destruction. If you want it, comment overthink. And if anyone still mocks you for self-talk, send them this video so they stop judging what they don't understand. So next time you tell yourself, okay, restart. Or calm down. Or focus. Or what's step 1? Don't feel embarrassed. That's the voice of a brain optimizing itself. It's not noise. It's thinking made visible.